Hello everyone, welcome back to 3M VTA. I am your host Big Jake, and today I got my top 10 one drop aka 1 CMC Magic the Gathering creatures. Please like and subscribe, and let's get into my list, shall we? Number 10, Spore Frog, costing 1 green for a frog, just a 1/1. Just a chump blocker, but what makes this thing so good is you sacrifice it to prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. You can do that at instant speed, and this is really good in like graveyard recursion decks, especially like if you're playing Commander. Really good in Maldrotha, because in a Maldrotha deck, then basically the only way they can get rid of it is if they exile it from your graveyard before you can recast it, because otherwise, if they try to exile it off the field, you can just sack it, put it back in your graveyard, and try again. So really good, nice little one drop, help you stay alive a little bit longer, and like I said, particularly good in recursion themes. So and coming in at number 9, we have Ruin Crab. Just 1 blue for a 0/3 crab creature, and with landfall, which is a really good keyword ability. And it says whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 3 cards. Now, I really like this because I'm a big fan of mill, and this is the kind of card that really helps you out in a Commander game if you're trying to mill, because as we all know, Commander strategies, mill is definitely an underdog theme. I mean, yeah, there's some pretty powerful mill cards out there that can help you in Commander, but more than likely you're going to get targeted pretty quick and before you can execute that strategy. So yeah, so this really helps with that. And we'll go ahead and move on to number 8. Coming in at number 8, we have Vampire of the Dire Moon. 1 black for a 1/1 vampire, but what makes it cool is it has Death Touch and Lifelink. So once again, not amazing, but a really good one drop. Just a really good one drop chump blocker, or turn 1 creature to get down to start dealing some quick damage and protect yourself. And it goes very good, obviously, in the vampire tribals. So number 7, we have Delver of Secrets. 1 blue for a human wizard, a 1/1 human wizard, that at the beginning of your upkeep, you may reveal the top card of your library, and if you do, or if it's an instant or sorcery revealed this way, it transforms into a human insect called Insectile Aberration, which is a flying 3/2. So getting this down on turn 1, and possibly by turn 2 having a 3/2 flyer for 1 mana, that's pretty amazing. So you can see why this one would definitely be on this list, and why I consider it definitely one of the top one drop creatures in the game. Number 6. We have Mother of Runes. Just a 1/1 white cleric, and it has tap, and target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. This is just a really good one for being able to protect your big boys. Get her out early, and most of the time she'll go unnoticed, and then once you get something pretty big on the field, you can use this to protect it, and it also can protect itself since it says target creature and not other target creatures. So really good, nice little protection creature, and I mean that's pretty much all it's used for. So, and if you have ways to clone this or anything else, it definitely helps. Keeping not only itself alive, but other things alive too. So, moving on to number 5. Number 5, we have Gravecrawler, one of the best zombies, in my opinion. 1 black for a 2/1. It can't block, but as long as you control another zombie, you get to cast it from your graveyard. So, swing away with this, and as long as you control another zombie, which if you're running zombie tribal or anything like that, you're definitely going to be able to keep recasting it over and over again until they exile it from your graveyard, and just swing away, because there's no reason not to. I mean, it can't block, so there's no point in leaving it up, so you might as well. And being able to just constantly recur this over and over again is what makes it so good. So Now we'll move on to number 4. Number 4, Allosaurus Shepard. Definitely the most expensive card on this list. I think Allosaurus Shepard right now is over $50. It's a 1/1 a green 1 green for a 1/1 elf shaman. It can't be countered. Green spells you control can't be countered. And then if you pay 6, each elf you control becomes a 5/5 dinosaur in addition to its other types. So yeah, I'm pretty amazing in elf tribal. I can't tell you how many times I've been freaking killed by this thing being in play and not being able to deal with it in time. So yeah, 100% a great 1-drop creature. Definitely deserving to be on this list. So, and now we'll move on to number 3. Number 3, we have Rise the Redeemed. 1 hybrid, green and white, legendary elf warrior. It's a 1/1, but if you pay 2 and hybrid, green white, and tap it, you get to create a token. And then if you pay 6 for generic and 2 hybrid mana, and then that means for each token you control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. So yeah, and green-white token strategies, this is absolutely crazy. You can just sit there and just double your tokens every turn as long as you have 6 mana to do it. So yeah, pretty crazy, pretty darn crazy 1-drop. You know what I mean? So now we'll move on to number 2. Number 2, Cryptbreaker. In my opinion, definitely one of the best 1-drops printed, period. 1 black for a 1/1 zombie that allows you to either you can pay 1 and a black, tap it, and then you discard a card to create a token, or you can tap 3 untapped zombies you control, which includes itself, and you get to draw a card and lose a life. I love this card. It's in every zombie deck I've ever played. It's great card advantage, and it's a good way to get some tokens on the board if you're doing zombie token flood, which I have done several times. So, yeah, I'm pretty versatile. Pretty darn versatile, being able to create tokens and draw cards for just on a 1/1 drop. So, but now we're at our number 1, and since you haven't seen it yet, you can probably guess what number 1 is by now. Number 1 is Deathrite Shaman. A lot of people nicknaming it the original Planeswalker because of its abilities. It has a cost of 1 Golgari hybrid. It's a 1/2 Elf Shaman. And then you can tap it to exile target land from a graveyard, add 1 mana of any color. Pay a black and tap it, exile an instant or sorcery card from a graveyard, and each opponent loses 2 life. Or you can pay a green and tap it, and then exile a target creature card from a graveyard, and you gain 2 life. So, yeah, pretty awesome creature, especially if you can get it down early, in the first, I'd say, 3 turns. It's pretty amazing to have this out and having that kind of versatility on a 1-drop. And with it being a 1/2, it'll be easier to block in the early game. Block any kind of 1/1s that opponents might drop in the first 1 or 2 turns. So, yeah, in my opinion, definitely the best 1-drop creature that I can think of in the game right now. So, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and conclude this video, shall we? Well, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you please like and subscribe. But tell me in the comments down below what you think about the best 1-drops in the game. Is there any that I missed that you think should be on the list? Was there any on the list that you thought should be in different order maybe? Or, just in general, what do you think? I hope to hear from you guys. And next time on here, we're going to do my top 10 PS3 games. So I'll see you guys. Same nerd time, same nerd channel. Have a good evening.